Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and today I wanted to talk about my picks for the Steam Summer Sale 2025's Hidden Gems. These are the guys that, you know what, probably most people aren't going to talk about. I think there might be a game or two here that some people might catch on to, but I got a whole freaking list for you guys. Now, a lot of these are going to be indie, very, very indie games. A lot of them are going to be weird, but what better time to try out some of the weirder experiences than when they're on like a freaking 90% sale, okay? So these are genuinely cheap, fun, silly little games that, you know what, you could just have some fun with. I get it, you know, you're risk averse, maybe you're a patient gamer, this is gonna be the video for you. So let's keep the hype alive, guys. Here's my top 10 Steam Summer Sale 2025. Okay, so first up, this game is just a little over a year old, and that's going to be basically the case for the entire list, as well being a historic low for all of the games. This is 65% off, just a little over $5. You can pick up RunGore, which is kind of like this retro arcade aesthetic, like beat 'em up looking, okay, pixel art game that is actually a dungeon crawler deck builder. I know we get a lot of those, very trendy, but at $5, you know, you could jump into this one. I just think aesthetically this looks really cool. You know, I mean, not me. Look, I know a lot of people like Darkest Dungeon, you know, Slay the Spire, but look, this game just kind of has like a fun chew to it, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you guys have a favorite deck building dungeon crawler that's on sale, please shout it out in the comments below. But me, I'm just trying to shout out the little guys. Okay, that's what we're here for. Also, this list is like objectively built with data analysis. So like this is objectively the best historic sales for all of these games. It's literally the best deals. It doesn't get better. Okay, the next game I want to talk about, and by the way, list is totally not ordered in any sort of way, really, but this is a game called Clash, Artifacts of Chaos. I don't know where this game came from, but to me, it is kind of like evocative of like Odd World. Do you guys remember Odd? It's super weird. And I don't know, the gameplay is kind of like God of War-ish. It's just like when you think action adventure game, I don't know, this game, I think just fits that perfectly, right? Just what a weird mix. Like, I haven't seen games like this in a long time. I feel like we kind of forgot to make games that are just like these full, fun, do a whole bunch of bullcrap stuff, beat up bosses and just like weird characters, explore like a little weird world. I don't know. This sort of stuff I saw a lot when I was in game design school, but it just been a bit. You know, I feel like we just got a lot of clones over and over again. So whether or not you feel like this game is different or strange enough, I don't know. I would fight you on that. This is one of the oddest games that I've ever seen. Literally feels Oddworld inspired. Clash Artifacts of Chaos is 85% off. So if it's not weird enough, if it's too weird, I don't know, man. I feel like if you're on the fence somewhere, $6 ain't that bad. Now, for me personally, whenever I'm looking to get a new game, right, 90% off sounds pretty great. So from $14 all the way down to like $1, normally maybe my eyes might glaze over this game. It looks super strange for me, especially as like a competitive gamer, but you know what? I'd be down. Lakeview Cabin is a horror game, and I think a lot of people have been playing games like this. You know, Kindergarten, probably one of the greatest examples of these sort of like narrative-driven, just weird, wacky worlds that are really dark, you know, like this twisted sort of childhood wonder / horror experience. Like, do you remember how scary it was being a kid? I feel like that's what these games are evocative of. Anyways, maybe the silliness of the surrealness of everything kind of makes the horror approachable. Maybe it makes it more tangible. Let me know what you guys think about these type of titles, but Lakeview Cabin 2 is on sale. Obviously, that means the whole series is on sale. But I just gotta say that there's a bunch of games that look kind of like this. I've mentioned them in some previous Steam sales. They're always on sale, all the time, but I love to champion a new one. So this one came out like a little over a year ago. Overwhelmingly positive reviews. Okay, only 500, but that's what it's here for. So yeah, guys, you want a hidden gem? This is probably one of them. Okay, next up I want to talk about SpiritFarer. Now, I loved the demo of this game, and I'm definitely picking up this sale. The demo alone really kind of enchanted me. I'm somebody who's a little bit of an emo, you could say, and actually if we look at the popular user-defined tags, it says emotional and story-rich. And that's absolutely what it is, but it's a 2D, a little sort of action-adventure game that involves you sort of guiding people through to their afterlife while you're in sort of a whimsical, clearly like afterlife sort of experience. Now, I first played it, I thought it was going to be more Animal Crossing than anything. It turns out to be like a mix of all sorts of crazy, cute little indie games that you've been playing over the past few years. Now, this game, it came out in 2020. Okay, so normally I wouldn't put it on the list, but huge sale, right? It's $3. It normally is $30, so 90% off. But also, I'm kind of considering it a newer than like it technically is, because this is including the DLC, the expanded content. So you're getting a huge wealth of content. It's a full freaking game, guys. 90% off. Okay, beautifully drawn experience. So if you're looking for a more liminal, sincere, and kind of emo weekend, this is probably it. This next game maybe brings up the question, what do you consider an indie game? You know, like, is it indie if it has a publisher that's made a lot of stuff? Like, is it indie based on, like, vibes? Is it indie only if, like, me alone just makes a game completely alone? I don't know. I feel like that term is so confusing now, but I feel like this is indie. I mean, the developer, I think this is, like, their first game, but it kind of looks awesome. Now, I think it's kind of boomer shootery. But it's got amazing reviews. Now, I haven't played it yet, but just looking at the trailer, it just looks like dumb fun. Robocop Rogue City looks like a cheese fest that I kind of just want to be a part of. So at 90% off, it's a $50 game. Also, is it indie if it's $50? Dude, I don't know, but at $5, and it's a Robocop game where I just run down corridors and shoot people and punch them in the face as Robocop. I don't know, man. It seems like a kind of a niche thing, but it's got amazing reviews despite like that niche. Okay, then it's probably good to go at $5. Okay, now we have a game called Pixel Cafe. I'm kind of like a sucker for cooking games. I didn't know that was going to happen to me, but you know, Overcooked was cute, right? But it turns out I actually like cooking games so much that I'm even making my own goblin cooking game. It's sort of like an anti-cooking game, but regardless, you know what? Cooking's kind of dope, okay? Anyways, so this one kind of has like this... It's like a time management game where there's more involved than just simply following orders to make food. It does seem like it has like a narrative to it, and I'm freaking so digging the pixel art. So this is one that I'm definitely going to be picking up just to vibe to and kind of get inspired by. But I really do enjoy like this full progression. I kind of like how cooking games are like taking themselves more seriously. Like yeah, we had a bunch of Overcooked clones, and you know there was like Cooking Mama and like mini games. That's cute. But like now we're seeing more sincere things. Like cooking is kind of universal, isn't it? And I think it could be a really awesome mechanic to have in more games. Honestly, just in general crafting, like if we can get more blacksmith simulators, etc., you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know, I'm kind of getting into it. But anyways, 90% off, dudes. It's like $1. Yeah, okay, even if cooking isn't your thing, I don't know, man. This could just still be like a fun narrative experience. Okay, so we have Dale and Dawson Stationery Supplies. I think this game was pretty popular. It's definitely friend sloppy. I haven't played it yet, but I'm probably going to pick it up because I have a lot of people telling me to pick it up and play it. So, Dale and Dawson Stationery Supplies. Play as a manager, a specialist, or a slacker in an office setting. Yeah, that's what it says on the Steam page. Anyways, so I guess it's sort of like Among Us, like? I mean, is that what we're exploring here? Is like Among Us, but we're in an office? Like, I don't know. It's like you're just trying to work. You're just trying to do your job, but also like you're trying to not do your job depending on it. And then the managers are trying to find those people. It just seems like cute, wholesome fun. And this is probably the worst sale on the list here at 50% off. And still, it's only $4. Now for me, friend slop games are getting kind of expensive and I'm a bit of a patient gamer. So I didn't pick this up day one. But yeah, dude, 50% off, I'm going to pick it up. And then in the next Steam sales, I'll pick up all the new, like Peak and stuff like that. I'll pick up those friend slop games. Look, you don't got to play and buy games as soon as they come out, just whenever it's viral and hype. Just pick it up whenever you and your friends can and it's available. You know, that's totally fine. And next, let's talk about Promenade. So this is 75% off in a $20 game. So a substantial title, right? Like probably a few hours at least of content, and it's $5. Now, what I really liked about this game was like the graphics initially was just really charming. And then plus it's just sort of got this OG sort of platforming to it, but then it's been a very long time since I've played like action adventure games, which is why I'm a little like, I'm always excited to talk about them when I see them because AAA action adventure games seem kind of rare, like real true, just like adventure around, meet people, do lots of weird, wacky things. And it means playing, it's not mini games exactly, but it's like, there's a breadth of styles of gameplays from puzzles to bosses, etc. I think you guys can see from the gameplay what I mean. A good old fashioned action adventure game. You know, I just think we need more. I see it in indies. Promenade, definitely is one of those that has absolutely caught my eye. This one's absolutely going into the cart. Okay, Steamworld Build. It's $5. Normally $25. It's 80% off. Now, not only this game, but there's actually a bunch of titles that are on sale from the Steamworld universe. Steamworld Dig, which I think we actually mentioned a Steamworld game in like every single Steam sale ever. It's like they build them to be dished out on the Steam sales. I don't know. But also Steamworld Heist 2 was what I was gonna put on this list. I just kind of wanted this one because it seems a little bit more niche and a little bit more unique, and kind of just like, that's the one I'm gonna buy. It's the one I'm into. So Steamworld Build is a casual city building and dungeon management crossover set in the Steamworld universe. I think it's pretty rare that we have like a dungeon management game. I've seen a couple of tower defenses-ish, sort of like that, but just the overall evocation of like this universe and the combination of it being city building / dungeon management is just also really exciting too. So I think this is a weird title. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't normally buy it at $25, but like I'm hungry for it and it's only $5. Again, I'm also looking at Steamworld Heist 2 as well, but let me know, what do you guys think about the Steamworld IP in general? Okay, you tell me if I'm cheating or not with this one, okay? Do you hate when people do list videos like this? Am I clickbaiting you so that you can try out a game that I freaking love that more people need to play? I don't know. Dungeon Defenders. If you made it to the end of this video, you might respect my opinion a little bit. Play this fucking game. Dude, Dungeon Defenders is a great game. It's really fun. It kind of feels hero shootery with the action aspect, but it's totally a tower defense game. And not only that, but if you play single player, regardless, you're probably going to be switching around different characters, mixing and matching the different towers, but like there is so much content here. Now, I know it looks a little old and cheesy, and trust me, you're gonna love it for that. But the reason why I'm putting it on this video, even though this game came out in the Xbox Live Arcade era, is because, dude, 80% off, it's only $3. Pick it up, buy the 4-pack. Also, more multiplayer games need to do 4-packs or whatever, like multiplayer packs. Like, dude, we want to play with our friends. It's got split screen. Okay, no, but for real, the reason why it's on this list is because it's technically kind of a new game, actually. Dungeon Defenders, the original, is actually the one that's most consistently updated. It's the one that gets the expansions. There is a Dungeon Defenders 2. There is actually multiple remakes of Dungeon Defenders that are new games, but I'm not putting those on here because technically they're not the newest games, because they actually decided that, okay, those weren't like the more popular, more people like the original more, like, trust me, it's genuinely charming, so they continue to expand it. So with all the expansions and all the new content and everything, dude, I don't care. Whatever excuse I can, I'm throwing it up here. It's $3. It is like the only action tower defense game that exists. It's legitimately the most hiddenest of gemmiest gems. Just give it a shot. I promise you, you split screen this, you're not going to have a bad time. And if you're looking for a challenge, holy crap, the end game, which I'm still just now getting into and I have like 100 hours, dude, it's so refreshing. Yet, despite the fact that this game came out in 2011. Okay, so it keeps going, it never ends. Freaking defend those dungeons. Okay, but that's my list of objectively the best mathematically proven sales, for the Steam summer sale for 2025. I like to do these and show off games that most people wouldn't champion. That's what I'm here for. So yeah, I just like to talk about games, essays on anime sometimes. I don't know what I'm doing, but what I do know is some good games, and I know some good deals. So hopefully you guys like that. Subscribe, whatever, all the YouTube shit. Much love, friends and family. I'll see you in the next one.